Hi, I'm Dr. Dodd, Team Chiropractic and Sports Medicine, and we've got a wonderful class for you today. It's our workshop on our 6 essentials, and our 6 essentials is the lifeline of our office. And our patients who follow these 6 essentials, they stay healthier longer than everybody else. They save a lot of money and time on healthcare. And I'll give you a great example. I have a 93-year-old patient who's lived out these 6 essentials, who takes no medications, who still drives here to get his adjustments, and actually he's 94 now, and people don't understand why he's so healthy at 94 years old, and the reason why is because he actually lives out these principles that we're getting ready to teach you. So this is something you want to apply for your life, for the rest of your life. And remember, we were all raised in what we call the symptomatic model, the wait until you have a symptom kind of health care. And look where that's gotten us. 72% of us are overweight or obese, and 6 out of 10 of us literally have already been diagnosed with some kind of chronic disease. And think about heart disease and cancers getting younger and younger people every year. I mean, we're losing the battle on healthcare. And now we find that 46% of us are on medications. And when we start medications, guess what? We take those medications for the rest of our life, because it's not fixing anything, it's just treating the symptom. And over 100 million Americans have diabetes, are pre-diabetic. And some people don't even know what their A1C level is on their blood work. So these are things that we should always be looking at. And our healthcare system, unfortunately, is now the #1 killer in the United States. And why is our healthcare system our #1 killer now? Higher than heart disease and cancer. And the main reason is because everything they're doing is just to treat the symptom. And we're not saying that all medications are bad, but we're saying that the abuse of medications. And we have abused the system so badly that our healthcare system is overprescribing medications and is now the #1 killer. People are dying from the side effects of medications more than heart disease and cancer. So we have to make sure that we look for the cause of the problem. And unfortunately, our healthcare system doesn't do that. We live in what we call the disease model. And the disease model doesn't do anything to prevent anything. It just waits until you have a problem, and then it treats the symptom, unfortunately. And I'm going to be moving you guys toward the whole wellness model. It's called the health model, okay? And in the disease model, we know it's failing us. We look what happens here. We see that most people assume they're healthy when they feel good. You have heart disease and cancer 10 to 15 years and still feel good, right? And so the disease model eliminates the focus of healthy lifestyle. It doesn't do anything to try to make us healthy. It doesn't try to do anything to get to the cause of the problem. It just treats the symptom. And people have become so naive to all the commercials on TV now. It's go to your doctor and asking for this new prescription. They don't realize it's now the #1 killer. And so the disease model is resulting in catastrophic health care cost. It's really sad, but in the United States alone, we are consuming almost 85% of the whole prescriptions in the whole world. And is that helping us? Obviously it's not. It's making us unhealthy. And think about the money we're wasting. In the United States, we spend 3 times more money per person on healthcare than any other nation. Where's all that money getting us? We almost rank dead last in overall health. And where's all that money going? Wasted on drugs to only treat the symptom, not looking deeper to what's causing the problem. So our average monthly cost for chemotherapy nowadays is up to $12,000. That's what a disease model is getting. It's $12,000 a month, every month, okay? If we took a little fraction of that money and put it into the prevention of cancer, we would save millions of dollars later as a country. But we don't. We just assume we're not going to get it. No, statistics says you are going to get it, right? So now we have to do everything we can to do that. And the average American is spending over $1,200 a month on monthly medications. That's unheard of 20 years ago, but now it's common theme. And the average cost of heart surgery now is almost $324,000. More than most people's houses is what they're spending on their heart surgery. If they took a fraction of that money and invested it on the front end, we wouldn't have to spend so much money on the back end, which unfortunately is why America, the #1 cause of bankruptcy in America is actually our healthcare system. We're claiming bankruptcy because we can't pay our medical bills. #1 cause of bankruptcy is our medical bills. And you wonder why with all these astronomically high prices. Average cost of diabetes, by the way, is over $9,600 a year. So we waste all this money treating the symptom never getting to the source of the problem, never trying to prevent the problem, okay? So we got to get a new model, and the new model is called the health model. And the health model, we call it the wellness model as well. The focus is preventing sickness and disease, okay? And we put a little bit of money in the front end, we save a lot in the back end. So common chronic conditions like heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes are all linked to lifestyle, okay? A health model works to encourage your body to start healing itself, giving you the right foods and the right programs to prevent the problem from starting in the first place, and then natural remedies to help your body heal itself. You know what's crazy is that God made our bodies with a natural ability to heal ourselves, and we don't even trust that. We trust in man's side effects of the number one killer, which is drugs. We don't trust in our natural ability to heal ourselves. All right, now we're going to go over the 6 essentials, and you want to take notes because this is life-changing information. The other doctors in our office are going to go over those 6 essentials for you, but I'll be back in a little bit to sum everything up.
Hey, this is Dr. Schwartz. So what's the answer to living healthy and living out our best life? Well, the 6 essentials of health that we teach here at Team Chiropractic will guide you through what you need to do to live a healthier lifestyle, allowing you to function at your best. Essential number 1 is the spiritual mental alignment. Having a positive outlook, keeping that mental side of you going in the right direction is key. That has to happen. Our mindset plays such a big role in our overall health. So setting goals, positive thoughts, getting that every day is going to be key. That's why it's the number 1 essential. University studies out there show that spending at least 15 minutes a day in prayer, meditation, Bible study allows us to decrease stress, allows us to be healthier and happier. There's lots of different ways to do that. A couple things that I like, apps on my phones make it really convenient to do that. I have the Daily Bread app. We do that every day in the morning here at Team Chiropractic. You've seen the books probably lying around. We've got those free for you if you'd like a copy. The Bible in 1 Year app is another one of my favorites. It's really convenient because it's there every day. It's right on my phone. They have a 10-minute version with your reading and then commentary on it, and you can do that either just read it or the audio version. They have a 25-minute version if you have a little bit more time, and they also have a kids version if you wanted to do this and talk about it with your family. And then we have the Headspace app, which is more for those who lean towards the meditation side of things, gives you daily meditation so you can get that time in. Now, of course, at Team Chiropractic, we see patients of every different faith, and I've kind of looked through the App Store, and all the faiths that I could think of have similar apps to these. So find what works for you and make that a part of your daily routine. That's the key with these things, is you've got to build them into your routine. Then we go to the physical alignment. My favorite thing, coming in here, adjusting patients every day. I love to do it. Been doing it for 23 years now. Enjoy every day. And that's the key thing that we do in our office. So in order to get the best results, to correct those subluxations, remember those imbalances that affect your nervous system, affect the way your bodies function, affects the way your immune system functions, affects your ability to heal. And really, if they're there in the long term, they're going to rob you of your health. So getting those corrected is key. The best way, the best people who get the best results are people that get adjusted consistently in rhythm, those mirror image adjustments that we do. And remember, when we talk about getting adjusted in rhythm, when I get adjusted every Tuesday and every Friday. That's my schedule. People who get adjusted on a schedule get better results. Those people who, so you come Tuesday at 8 o'clock every day, your body's ready at Tuesday at 8 o'clock. Those people who do that stay consistent, they get results, they get x-ray improvement, they get health improvements. Some people who are kind of hit and miss, maybe they come on a Monday, they miss a week, they come on a Tuesday, they never seem to get in that rhythm as well, and it takes them longer to get the results we want. So get adjusted in rhythm, make it part of your schedule, just like all these essentials, kind of get it into where you're used to doing it at the same time and you're consistent. Same thing goes at home with doing your home care. We give you homework, now, not just because we like to hand out those bags, because we know that patients who do that get the best results when it comes to re-x-ray time. So have your time. I do my neck ups first thing in the morning. I do my traction at night. So have your time set aside where you're going to do those different things, and that's going to allow you to get that best physical alignment, It's going to set the stage for your nervous system to work at its best so you can be as healthy as you possibly can be.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mohar, and we're going to be going over the third essential, which is nutrition. So I want you to think of your body as a high-performance vehicle, say a sports car or a jet engine. If you were to put just regular basic crude oil in one of those performance vehicles, they're not going to work very well, and eventually they're going to break down, usually a lot prematurely than where they should. Your body is no different, and the food you put into your body is that fuel. There are tons and tons of diets and recommendations out there that you could follow to try to eat healthy, but really, we want you to keep it simple here. It's not rocket science. What we want you to do is eat on the vine. What that means is natural foods, things that haven't been artificially processed or altered by man and chemical plants and things of the nature. Think organic fruits, vegetables, wild-caught salmon, lean meats that weren't raised with hormones and antibiotics. It's not that you have to eat only this, although if you can, that's great. But really, if you can stick to about 75% of your diet being these healthy on-the-vine foods, about 6 days a week or more, you're going to be in a good, healthy zone. The other 25% of the time, you can do pretty much whatever you want within reason. Don't make 25% of your diet all cupcakes and cookies. But you can have some of those processed foods and your body can handle it and work through your natural detox channels just fine. Just remember, in general, avoid added chemicals, artificial sweeteners, nitrates, artificial colors and dyes in foods. Usually if it has a label and the ingredients list has more than 2 or 3 things on it, it's probably in that process section. So remember, big key, 75% of your diet off the vine, 6 to 7 days a week, and you'll be in a good place. So our fourth essential is to exercise in alignment. Far too few people get the standard recommendation by the CDC of 30 minutes of exercise a day, 6 days a week at a moderate intensity. Most people get for barely half of that or even less. And exercise is so vitally important to not only our metabolism, but our immune system, brain health, and even bone density as we get older have all been shown to benefit from regular exercise. In general, when you're trying to meet that 30 minutes a day, we want to vary it up. You don't want to stick to only running or only weightlifting or only yoga for that matter. A combination of all three all is going to give you different benefits to help you reach your health goals through this exercise. For those of us who are trying to lose weight and don't have a ton of time on our hands, you can optimize your time window by doing something called metabolic conditioning, which is essentially HIIT training, high intensity intervals. You do this by performing some form of exercise with an extreme intensity for a short burst, usually about 20 to 30 seconds, followed by a quick rest of about 30 to 60 seconds. You repeat that cycle 7, 8, 9, even 10 times in order to make sure you're getting to that point where you're exhausted. This is a way to maximize the metabolic window, get those fat cells burning, help you lose weight in addition to being healthy, and it's done so in a relatively shorter time than the standard 30 minutes. That being said, we don't want all of our exercises to necessarily be that way for general health. That is more just for a weight loss component if that's where you are. But if you are varying up your workouts consistently, again, 6 days a week for roughly 30 minutes, incorporating your cardiovascular, your weight training, resistance training, flexibility exercises like yoga, Pilates, you're going to be able to not only be healthier and live a longer life, but get better results under care here at Team Chiropractic.
Hey guys, Dr. Dodd back here again with essential number 5 and 6. Number 5 is rest and alignment. Number 6 is the detox, okay? So essential number 5, we talk about sleep and proper alignment when we're sleeping. So many of us have slept wrong for years. We've put 2 pillows on our head, and those 2 pillows are now, we're putting them under our knees. And when you sleep with your head going forward, it takes the spine in a really awful position, okay? So it pushes the head forward, which causes a lot of our problems we have today. So we want to make sure that we're sleeping in a routine. And one of the big things you want to do is go to bed about the same time every day and wake up the same time every day. And the goal is to wake up naturally without the alarm clock. If you woke up with the alarm clock, more than likely you didn't get enough sleep. And if you woke up and you stayed in bed, then you're lazy. So we want to wake up naturally and get up at the same time each day. And if you got one of those Fitbit apps or any kind of sleep watch, the goal there would be to have your sleep score in the 85 plus range. And that happens when you have a deep sleep of about an hour and a REM sleep of about an hour. And so if we're in the right position, it it stretches our spine in a way that helps hold the adjustment, but it also allows our body to recharge. And we're getting that deep sleep and we're resting in alignment. It does wonderful things for our spine, our nervous system. But when the nervous system is allowed to recharge every day, then we can have that strong immune system as well. But if we're not sleeping enough because we're stressed out and we've got all these issues going on, it's going to affect our overall health. And that's when you start noticing sleep scores 79 or below. So we always want that sleep score to be 80 or above, and ideally even 90. So what is it that's messing us up? Well, a lot of us, unfortunately, are watching TV right before we go to bed. Any kind of electrical stimulation, within an hour or 2 hours from going to bed is going to wreak havoc on our bodies and not allow us to get into that deep REM sleep. So one of the best things we can do is while we're in bed, while we're sleeping with our rolls and our wedges, rolls under my neck, I've got the pelvic wedge under my pelvis, I've got the roll under my low back, another rolls under my neck, and I got a pillow on each side of me. So why do I put a pillow on each side of me? In case I roll over to my side, because my goal is to stay on my back all night. But if I can't, I'm going to put a pillow on each side. That way, if I do happen to roll over, my head's not kinked one way or the other. Okay? And if I wake up and on my side and I don't have a pillow to support me, I'm going to end up with a crick in my neck. And that's not what, none of us want that, right? So try to stay on our back all night. We do not ever sleep on our stomach. And if we are going to have to roll to our side, we want enough support so our head's not tilted one way or the other. And we want to transition the pillow to go in between our knees, okay? But the goal is all night on the rolls and wedges, okay? Now, if you're really a flip-flopper, we try to put a tricore pillow under here, which is a pillow that has cervical support and has a donut cut out for your head to go into, and it also has support if you roll to your side, okay? But most of us, if you can stay on your back most of the night, you just need to roll with a pillow on each side of the roll, okay? So the key to getting that deep sleep is making sure that we have a routine. And part of my prayer time is I'm praying. The Bible says pray without ceasing. So while I'm laying on my bed, getting ready to go to sleep, I'm saying my prayers, okay? I read a little bit of God's Word right before I get to bed, get my mind focused on Him instead of my circumstances, and I'm much more likely to get to deep sleep. If I focus on my problems, I wake up worrying, I'm stressed out, then I'm going to wake up and I'm not going to have deep sleep at all, okay? So deep sleep is important for our body to recharge. Now, we go into essential number 6, which is remove the chemical toxins. And unfortunately, we all have chemical toxins. We've gotten toxic overflow from many, many different things, okay? And we call it the bucket theory, okay? You don't even know you have a bucket containing toxins until it overflows and starts getting into the bloodstream. But we want our buckets to be empty of toxins all the time because we know that toxins cause inflammation and disease. Remember, the 2 primary causes of death in the United States is heart disease and cancer. But guess what the number 1 now is? Side effects of medications. So medications that we've taken in the past are a big cause of toxins in our body. Whether it's over-counter medications or whether it's prescription medications, they all have toxins. Also, shots that we take they've got toxins in them. So most of us had to get the vaccine. Because we've had to get the vaccine and then booster, we know those shots are full of toxins. So we have to do a detox. We start our detox by drinking 2 glasses of water first thing in the morning, and then we make sure that we do at least a 10-day cleanse, or my goal is to do a 21-day cleanse at least every 6 months. And if you had a booster shot, you do it as soon as you can, because we know there's toxins in everything we put in our body that man makes. The things that God made, there's no toxins. But unfortunately, we've all had toxic exposure, pollution going down the road, toxic exposure from the metal pans we've cooked on with aluminum, the Teflon coated pans. We're warming up food in the microwave with plastic that those toxic gases get into the food as well. So we know we've all got toxins. And remember, on the deep sleep class, we go into more detail about the sleep, and then we have another class called the detox class where we go more into detail of this. Today we're just kind of hitting the highlights. So I just want you to know that toxicity is something we all have. Nobody gets a free pass on this. We've all been exposed to toxins, and we're going to have to get rid of them because it's going to affect our health at some point. And we don't want it to be when it's too late. We don't want to wait until we're sick until we start doing a detox, okay? Now, the beautiful thing about the detox is the 10 days easy, but it does take care of your sweet tooth, okay? And I've had a guy this morning, he lost 9 pounds doing the 10-day detox, okay? But my favorite detox is the 21-day because the 21-day literally changes your pattern so that it makes you choose healthy food that don't have toxins in them, and it helps your body get rid of toxins that you already have. So the 21-day cleanse has all the herbs and the vitamins to help flush out the toxins. And it's a great way to jumpstart your weight loss program. You know, we're not into diets, but we do know that if we can start eating healthy, it's going to naturally make us lose weight. And we get adjusted on a regular basis. That's going to speed up our metabolism and help us lose weight as well. But when we do the 21-day cleanse, it will jumpstart your weight loss program, but it will also reset us, because I'm the kind of guy that I may eat healthy, but I like to eat a lot. My stomach gets too big. When I played football, I was 20 pounds heavier than I am now. So my stomach is always going to want to go back to a 20-pound heavier person. And so I'll want to eat too much. When I do the 21-day cleanse every 6 months, it shrinks my stomach so that I don't overeat. And I'm also the kind of guy that if I eat one cookie, I'll eat the whole bag. So it gives me strength not to eat that first cookie. And the same thing with a potato chip. I'll have a salt tooth, I'll eat one potato chip, I'll eat the whole bag as well. So when I do the cleanse, it protects me from overeating. And that's what it does for a lot of people. It resets you so that the healthy food tastes good and the bad foods, like for example, if I had to drink anything sweet right now, it would be sickening to me because it's just too sweet, okay? Somebody had some pumpkin seed granola mix and it's real healthy. Had 3 grams of sugar and I ate it. I was like, oh, that's too sweet for me, because my body's used to not having sugar. And so once you get your body trained, you get rid of that sweet tooth. You get rid of that salt tooth. And that's what the 21-day cleanse does. And that's how we keep our bodies healthy. Now let's talk about those warning signs that you may need a checkup or that you could be subluxated. The best way I can explain warning signs is your check engine light comes on your car. Now you wouldn't be foolish enough to put a piece of black tape on your check engine light and just keep driving the car, right? But we do that to our bodies all the time. Instead of us looking for the source of the problem, we just cover it up with drugs. You know, and your body is your most powerful, most important asset. But once you lose your health, it becomes your biggest liability, which again was the #1 cause of bankruptcy. So we have to do all our focus into our health, because you can never invest into your health and lose time and money. Every time you invest into your health with your time and your money, you're going to gain dollars and time later. So warning sign, headaches are not normal. You should never have a weekly headache. You shouldn't have a headache at all. Okay, that's a problem. You shouldn't have monthly menstrual issues. You shouldn't have high blood pressure. Plenty of research studies show how effective chiropractic is at lowering blood pressure naturally, because we know the blood pressure nerve's at the top of the neck. Same thing with depression. When you get pressure on the brainstem of your neck, it makes you more susceptible to depression and all kinds of mental issues. Same thing with digestive problems. When the nerves that control digestion are not working properly, you're more likely to have acid reflux and other digestive problems. And now we find all those thousands of people that took the Nexium and Prilosec, guess what? It causes cancer. Duh, like we didn't know. But unfortunately, you guys didn't know, and y'all took those medications for years, not realizing it was weakening your immune system, covering up the symptoms, and making other problems worse, like inflammatory diseases such as cancer and heart disease. And now numbness and tingling. You can have occasional numbness and tingling that goes away and you think you're okay. If you have things that go away and they come back, if you've ever had a problem at all, it lets you know you still have a problem. You just adapted to the problem, okay? Sleep issues. I can't tell you how many people tell me just after a few treatments, Doc, I can't believe how much I'm sleeping better, okay? Sleep nerve is controlled by that same nerve that controls headache. Pain going all the way down your leg, that's called sciatic nerve pain. People have it and then it goes away and they think, oh, it went away, I'm fine. No. If you've ever had sciatic nerve pain, guess what? You never got the problem fixed. Show me that you fixed the problem. Show me a post x-ray where the problem's been fixed. You've just adapted to the problem. You have to make sure you correct the structure. Same thing with neck pain. That's what got me into chiropractic. Dizziness, allergies, asthma, decreased energy, brain fog. Those are all warning signs that you need a checkup. And what we recommend in our office is that we always do what we call a yearly joint assessment. That means we check every joint in your body. We check your foot, your ankle, your knee, your hip, your shoulder, your elbow, your wrist, your TMJ. We check every joint in your body once a year. And then you should have an annual x-ray to make sure you don't have any degeneration or arthritis started. So those are things that we should all do the rest of our life, okay? And the reason people don't do that is because they feel good. They were raised in that same disease model that you were raised in, assuming that they feel good because they don't have any symptoms yet. And remember, I've already proved to you statistically why that's failing. But look what happens neurologically. If you look at this slide here, you see the sensory portion of the nerves at the very bottom. And that means that you have to compress down that nerve or subluxate or pinch the nerve down 90% to feel the pinched nerve. So if you're pinching less than 90% nerve, you're not even going to feel it, and you're going to assume that you're healthy. We can never do that because not all the times do we pinch 90% of the nerve. Sometimes we're only pinching 30, 40% of the nerve. It's still causing negative health effects. And some of us have actually compressing more than 90% of the nerve, but we've adapted to it. The most common way to adapt to subluxation is forward head posture. Your head goes forward to take away the pain of that pinched nerve, that subluxation, and you assume the problem's gone, but unfortunately, it's still there, okay? And remember this, all sickness and disease can only come from two things, deficiencies and toxicities. That's it. Of course, the number one deficiency is decreased nerve flow coming from subluxations that you didn't compress 90% of the nerve or you compressed more and adapted to it. So just because you don't have any pain doesn't mean you don't need a checkup, okay? The second thing is the number one toxicity, which is the side effects of medications. So one of the first things that our patients get to do here is they get to get healthy enough so they can get off their medications, which is now the number one killer. And so the whole concept here is to correct your body's structure so that we can actually let your body start healing itself. You see, God made our bodies with a natural ability to heal ourselves. If we put you back in alignment, we release that natural healing power, and we allow your body to heal the way God designed it to heal, with no need of medications. He gave us everything we need right here to heal ourselves, okay? And we just have to release that. And you know what's really sad is that we have hundreds of friends that we know and family members that don't know anything that you guys have just learned here. They're still in the old model of sick care, disease care. And you know that doesn't work. And it's our job to tell them, okay? And if you need us to forward this video, you can forward this video to them to make sure they understand that we cannot live in the disease model anymore. We have to move into the health model. We call it the wellness system. And when we do that, we save thousands of dollars later. And I don't know everybody that you know, but now it's your turn to spread this word because everybody should have the right to equal and awesome health care. And unfortunately, we don't get it because 99% of all the doctors are just looking at your insurance card and they're treating the symptom. They will never fix the problem. You even go to other chiropractors. They don't take the post x-ray. They only do what makes you feel better and you assume you are better. So a good doctor is going to have two things in common. Number one, he's going to be out of the insurance network. And number two, he's going to take a post x-ray where you can see the actual improvement taking place. If you're not getting those two things, I can promise you, he's just wasting your time and money treating your symptoms, which again is why America ranks number 37 in overall health, even though we spend 3 times more money. Where's all that money going? It's wasted treating the symptoms. And we can't have our loved ones doing that wrong anymore. Our job is to spread the word. And we have to do that. It is our mission, and I need your help to help me do that. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, please don't be afraid to ask.